Alright, Shalom, brothers. Another episode of GMSMythdestroyers. Standing to my left is
Zahab.
To my right.
Yeah.
And basically the lesson is on how the Most High, He preordained things that happen. And everything is for the greater good, basically. And everything happens for a reason. Like, one big thing that we're on today, because we're in the end times, there's a whole bunch of people would ask us, why is America getting destroyed? Well, tell me the things that America has done. How was America founded? You know? What did it take to get America in this place that we're in today? All we know is it was built off of our backs. Over 99 million of us died before we even made it to America. And that's only recorded. It's not saying how many of us died in America. And it's only recorded 77 million. It's different numbers of the natives were dying here in America. And who were they killed by? The so-called white man who calls this his country today. And has the nerve to say, in God we trust. And swearing in on the Bible. Making oaths on the Bible and everything before they go into office and when you go to the courthouse. So that's part of a reason that America's gonna get destroyed. Because this place was set up to be wicked in the first place by the Most High, you know?
Yep.
And the Most High always prophesied about America. If you read Daniel 7, it was plenty of kingdoms were prophesied before they even came. Egypt was prophesied before it came. Babylon, Greece, Rome, and this Rome was prophesied before it came. And it all said that they were going to go down. So the previous kingdoms all went down. And this is the last kingdom. So you think this is going to have a different effect that you can change it by occupying Wall Street? No. Like I said, it was preordained to happen. Because the Most High said it was going to happen in His Word. And the Most High's Word is true, every man a liar. And I believe you had things you want to expound on, brother.
Yeah, and that's a good point, man. That's a good point. And basically, like we said, we're going into the omnipotence of the Most High. Because everything around you, every event that happened on the planet Earth was orchestrated by Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And if you could get Sirach 42 and 25 to further elaborate on it. Because you're going to find out that everything on the planet Earth is totally subject, whether consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously, aware of it, man. Whether they are unaware of it or aware of it, man. Good and evil. Go ahead.
One thing establisheth the good of another.
One thing established the good of another. And what's that one thing could be? Well, one example, if you could get 2 Samuel 7 and 12, after you read that.
Alright. One thing establisheth the good of another, and who shall be filled with beholding His glory.
One thing established the good of another. Because you're going to find out that the Most High is the perfect chess player, man, on the planet Earth, man. He moves the pieces around. Alright?
Alright, which?
2 Samuel 7 and 12.
Second Samuel chapter 7 verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled.
This is the Most High talking to King David, setting his covenant to King David. Go ahead.
And thou shalt sleep with thy fathers.
Yep, when you're dead, basically.
I will set up thy seed after thee.
Yep.
Which shall proceed out of thy bowels.
Yep.
And I will establish his kingdom.
Who is that seed? King Solomon. Alright? And through King Solomon was going to be Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
That's right. So the Most High is making a covenant right there with King David, saying, look, out of your bowels, out of your loins, I'm going to establish a seed from your loins. But before that happened, King Saul was in rulership. All right. So if you could get 1 Samuel 28 and 15, because you're going to find out that the Most High was basically manifesting his will even back then with King David. It was all about King David, man. Before King David even came into power. But certain things had to occur for that to be manifested. Go ahead.
1 Samuel 28 and 15. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up?
What happened was Saul went off, all right? He didn't destroy the king of Agag, the king of Amalek, like he was sold to. And so the Most High did not visit King Saul or respond to King Saul when he inquired of him. So he went to a seer, a witch basically, to basically consult with Samuel from the spirit realm. Go ahead.
And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me.
Yep.
And the Most High has departed from me.
Yep.
And answereth me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee.
So the same king that had all the seers to lead the land, he went to go approach a seer to contact Samuel from the spirit world. That's how desperate he was, because the Most High wouldn't visit him, man.
Yeah, he approached a witch. She summoned up all types of demons and spirits. And she brought up just the same thing that they do today, which proof that the ones who really know how to do it is actually real, man. You got these magicians and stuff that be all vibrating and shaking. And next thing you know, they levitating. They summon up demons. Right. So yeah, this one summed up Samuel. So yeah, Saul was going off right there, because it says Saul's trying to find out what's going on, but the scriptures say, suffer not a witch to live.
Yep.
Saul should have just accepted what it is for what it is.
Yep.
Alright. And God has departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy?
Yeah, so Samuel's like, why are you concerned with me, since the Most High departed from you? Why are you even coming at me then? It's over. Go ahead.
And the Lord hath done to him as he spake by me. For the Lord hath wrenched the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David.
Well, now, why did he do it? Because Samuel first told him, when you disobeyed the order that you're supposed to have killed the king of Amalek, which is Agag. So Samuel reminded him that king is destroyed out of your loins, basically. It's not going to continue. But that Saul had to go off. That's the point of the lesson. Saul had to go off because the purpose of the Most High was to establish a kingdom through King David. And to prove that, can you get Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23? Although these men were wicked, the Most High set them up to do that make those wicked decisions in life. Just for an example, he set up. It tells you in 2 Samuel that the Most High put an evil spirit on King David to count the children of Israel, man. But the Most High had to do that to justify what he was going to do afterwards. Go ahead.
Yeah, and also when it says that King David was going to have a seed, next thing you know, he was on this rooftop, and he went and took Uriah's wife.
Yep.
He liked what he saw. He took his wife, committed adultery, and his first child died by Bathsheba. But who was his second child? Solomon. The one that the Lord was going to give the kingdom to. Yep. So yeah, the Most High put a spirit on David and made him go off.
And we're going to find out that it was the Most High.
Well, like I said, like the brother been saying, everything happens for a reason.
For a greater cause.
Yeah, for a greater cause, for the Most High's purpose. Because if King David never would have went off, we would have been in rulership forever, basically. We wouldn't even went into slavery. None of that.
We would have Esau under our feet.
Right. Because the Lord said he was going to keep David. But now he said that it's going to be blood in your house and everything after he went off with Bathsheba. Alright. Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 23. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps.
So if it's not in man who walketh to direct his steps, whose is it? Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. We're going to find out. If it's not me and you that guide our own steps, which just totally defeats free will. That cuts that shit to the T. Who is it that guides man's steps?
Proverbs what?
Chapter 20, verse 24.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
Man's goings are the Most High. How then can a man understand his own way? So that's why you went, because you've all were assigned to read the book of Samuel, and that's why you was reading when it said, and the Most High put an evil spirit on King David, and the Most High put an evil spirit on King Saul. He did that for a greater purpose, to establish a greater purpose, which on one side to establish the kingdom for King David. So Saul had to go off. Another thing happened. If you read the first book of Samuel, you'll have to get it. But Jonathan and David made a pact. They said we're going to basically split the kingdom. Was that in the Most High's will? Nope. So what happened? He didn't want them to divide Judah and Israel, man. He wanted King David to have all 12 tribes and rule over them. So who died in battle along with Saul? Jonathan. Although it was grievous, what did it say in Sirach 42 and 25?
Yep, and Jonathan wasn't a bad person.
No, he wasn't.
So, but that wasn't part of the Most High's plan, so he had to go because that only would be right if he was still living, because he had the royal blood in it.
Yep, but that wasn't the will of the Most High.
Right.
And but what did it say? One thing established the good of another. Mm-hmm. So that had to happen so King David could come into full power.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying? Or could you read that again?
Which one was it?
20 and 24.
Okay. Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
Yup. Also, could you get Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 1? So these are just examples of something that happened in the ancient world of how the Most High controlled everything, man.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 1. For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore chastenest thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended.
It said that incorruptible spirit is in all living things, man. Most High control everything that happens on the face of this planet. That's why I kept pushing the word omnipotent, which means all powerful, man. I'm not present. He's everywhere. Alright? And Esau's even coming to that realization. Alright? Could you get Romans 8 and 28? He sees everything. He controls everything. The angels come back and report everything to him. Your thoughts are not even here from Yahweh by assuming Romans 8 and 28. Right. Your thoughts are not even here from the Most High. And the brothers want a bond. You had a precept you want to bring in? Or a point?
I ain't got nothing.
Alright.
Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High.
No, it's us that love the Most High. But back then, King David loved the Most High. But it said all things work together for good. So all those events that you was reading about in Samuel that happened back then, it was all coming together and building up to establish the kingdom. Ultimately, to establish Yahweh Shai, because King Solomon was Yahweh Shai. If you rewind before time of King David and King Saul, it was a prophecy through Moses, Deuteronomy the 18th chapter, that the Most High was going to raise a man amongst our brethren that was basically going to rule Israel. And that man was Yahushua. But Yahushua had to come out of somebody's line, King David. So if you fast forward, everything had to happen to manifest that prophecy. So all things have to build up to that. That's why we said the omnipotence of the Most High. Everything happened by way of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua.
Yep, and the most ultimate prophecy of it all is the kingdom.
The kingdom, man.
Is when Yahushua gonna have everybody beneath him, man. And that's when and that's the main thing. And the Lord said that's gonna happen. So that's why we come out on these highways and we prophesy about America going down. We prophesy about this chip because the Lord said it's gonna happen. And the result of that is the destruction of America, which the Lord also said is gonna happen. Riots. Matter of fact, we've been saying that was gonna happen. And our elders really been saying it was gonna happen since the 70s, man. So these riots and stuff like that you seeing now, we've been told you about it.
That
and
mean,
it's not us. We told you through the scriptures that it was gonna happen. And now you got this thing Occupy Oakland. Police not playing over there, man.
Nope.
And it's gonna get like that all around America, man. What those people, what they was doing in Occupy Oakland, they started hitting the people. They started shooting tear gas and
flash grenades.
Yeah, throwing flashbangs at them.
Yup. Flashbang grenades.
And a flashbang grenade ain't nice, man. A flashbang grenade you can't see, and it's nothing but a big loud ringing thing in your ears, man. And they was throwing them at all the people. And one guy, he was a war veteran that they showed, he got hit straight in the head with one of the tear gas canisters, man.
You talking about Shamar?
Nah, not him. That guy from New York. Yeah. Which he a coon.
Yep.
You know, he an American loving coon. I fought for this country. Nigga, they don't love you, and that's your fault for fighting for this country. But the thing is, but you see how riled up Jake getting. That's the good thing. Jake don't like it, man. Jake don't like it how the white man acting like he a tough guy, beating up unarmed people. And then that guy Shamar, they didn't want to touch him, man. That dude looked like some type of, he was a big, huge football player.
He looked like a lion and there was sheep.
Yeah. They did not want any of that, man. He actually killed people that were armed and actually were trying to fight back. You know? So yeah, but like I was saying, up in the Occupy Oakland, there was one war veteran, he got hit, he got bust straight in the head with the tear gas canister. The people had to carry him out because his whole head was busted up, bleeding. That's what's going on in the streets of America. And we told you that was going to happen, man. The scriptures, get that in 2nd Ezra 15, boy. There should be sedition among men.
2nd Ezra 15.
Then on our camp page, you got people, you got one guy trying to argue. These are not the, because we got a series called This Is How You Occupy America. This is how you occupy / protest. Then he actually watched it thinking that we was a part of Occupy Wall Street or something. And he's like, these are not a part of Occupy Wall Street. We don't care about religion. We want equality and blah, blah, blah. Since when in the scriptures was the Lord ever on some equality stuff, man? Ain't nothing equal about the scriptures. It's either Israel or you a slave, man. It's either you righteous or you wicked. Right or left. Cold or hot. Not everybody's not cold and everybody's not hot. You either still a sinner, or you a man who did sin and turned from his sins. The man who did sin and turned from his sins will be saved, and the guy who's still just being a nigga, he gonna be destroyed in America. And if you're an Edomite or anybody of a heathen nation, you going into slavery. There's nothing equal about that. All right, go ahead.
2 Ezra 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right. Because out of all those days of getting beat by those cops, those people are still out there, man. All it's going to do is get worse. The cops going to be like, man, we going to find some way to get these people out the streets. And guess what? The people are going to end up fighting. That's all it is.
Like I said, this, if that was prophecy that was going to happen, what made that happen now? The Most High. Mm-hmm. Man's going is of the Most High. So whether it was CFR that orchestrated everything, which it was, guess who told them to do it through the left-hand side? The Most High.
Yeah, and it's all to bring in the chip.
Which is to bring in a new world order, which is to bring in the downfall of the so-called white man.
Yep, that's all it is.
Which is to establish, like you said earlier, the kingdom of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So he has these different one things to establish the good of another. It's the Most High, man.
Yeah, the times are going to get harder for Jake. It's going to get rougher and rougher and rougher. Then Esau's going to go down. Well, if you're a man of the Most High, you don't have to worry about times getting all hard for you, man. You're going to be taken care of. And plus, and it's a good thing that brothers take these GMS homework assignments seriously and get sharp in the scriptures, because wisdom and knowledge are going to be the stability of our times, and every brother might not have a Bible in those times, man. So it's going to have to be in you. And if you've just been horsing around thinking, okay, when I hear about Iran going to war with Israel and America getting involved, that's when I'm going to start reading. You ain't in the right spirit, man, and you're going to be that guy who tried to condition for a race the day before. And all those other guys who've been in race, who go into the race with you, they've been training for months, years, getting ready for that marathon, man. So you the only guy getting left behind. And you think somebody finna come back and drag you to the finish line? No. So, yeah, go ahead though, brother.
Was take Ezra's?
Oh yeah, get another. If you had a precept, you go ahead.
That's a beautiful point, bro. You had a precept? Yeah, because the point was, hey, and that brother's right, man. We're being conditioned for what's finna happen, man. We're being conditioned for these hard times. That's why we was in the truth, though. Although it was a short second, it was enough time to build us up for what's finna happen, because what's finna happen in America, it never happened on the planet Earth before, man. So the Most High is building us up through the Word, because what did it say in Isaiah 33:6? And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time. Like this brother's bringing out all the events that's happening and the events that's finna happen. Guess what? Going back to the lesson, it was all orchestrated by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua.
Yeah, and there's proof. You can't say that we're liars and we're speaking out our own heart, because we're using the scriptures to back it up. Then we're saying things that's happening now that 2008 when we was teaching, in the 1970s when the elders was teaching on till now, that you people didn't even believe would happen in America. You didn't even believe it was possible that it could happen in this great, great country, America. Where you have freedom.
Yep.
It's freedom for everything.
The same cops that, okay, you have a good day, officer. The same cops you talk to like that, now that being your asses in Wall Street, man, in every city.
Yeah, it has the best schools. We have, no other country gets to enjoy the things that America gets to enjoy. That's a damn lie, man. It's a damn lie. Go to South America, man. They better than you, really. There's plenty of places that's better. Then it just came out that they the real reason they killed Gaddafi, man, because Gaddafi had gold, man, and Gaddafi was finna share the wealth with his people and make the Arab nations link up, and they was gonna start dealing with oil and gold because he already had the currency being made. Like, this is what we gonna do. We finna deal with this oil and straight gold, and then we gonna have to. Then these other people, they gonna have to start getting with it, cause we got real money. We got gold. So yeah, you bring us gold, you can get the oil. So guess what was gonna happen to America and these other Edomite nations? They was gonna fall straight the hell off if that happened, man, because they got real money. And they brought that out, man. They started showing his money and the currency that was being made. That was the real reason America knocked his ass off, man. So yeah, they didn't want that to happen. They said the same thing happened to Saddam Hussein, man, when he wanted to do that, when he was like, we dealing in euros. They came out saying that this type of stuff got to be done in secret, because if you say you're not finna use the dollar for something, they out to get you. Which is another reason America gonna be destroyed, man.
The unjust weights and balances.
Yep.
I got 2 more precepts. Matthew 10 and 20. You need Matthew 10 and 29. I could say I could bring it out, but since you got the word.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 29.
This is the further proof that everything this brother saying, it has to happen, because it's no coincidence that everything is going back to the Arab nations. Part of the blueprint for the New World Order Abkeo, is to have total chaos over there in the Arab nations. America against the Islamic world. And what's happening over there is the America against the Islamic world, mainly Northeast Africa and the areas around Saudi Arabia, which is going to lead to Iran. Go ahead.
Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father?
What does that mean? Something can't drop dead unless the Most High sanction it. So something that small is controlled by the Most High. How much the thoughts of men? How much nations? This is the Most High Sims game, man. What's some of them games you play that you get to build nations and shit?
Yeah, this is a game that I recommend to our brothers. Age of Empires.
This is the Most High's Age of Empires. All them different kingdoms that was ruling through from the ancient world to now. This is the Most High's Age of Empires, man.
Yep, and what you do in that game of Age of Empires, the second one, that's the best one. You start off in the Dark Ages, which Jake ruled that, and you build your. You have different nations. You got the Mayans, you got the Aztecs, you know, you got Spanish and all the Koreans. You got all those nations. You build farms, you build mills, and got lumberjacks. You make your whole nation. Then you got another nation that's living across from you, and you want that land. You build your army, man, and you go over there and you take that thing down, man. It's basically like you're the guide of what's happening. So, and sometimes that other nation, they planning the same thing you planning, so they got an army too. So you got to strategize how you gonna kill them off. Sneak attack them, guerrilla warfare, whatever. Kill all their villagers so you can cut off their supply, food, gold. Then take the rest of their army out, and you got it.
I got a precept out.
All right.
Second Ezra 11 and 37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chasing out.
And you know what? That's how the elites do this, man. Just like I was mentioning the game of Empire, the Age of Empires game. That's how the elites play with you people, man. They finance wars. Except they control both sides. They don't control just their little area. They control the whole thing. They finance the war for one side. that feel threatened, and they finance the war for the other side that want to make the attack, the offense.
Like I said this, and ultimately beyond that, it's the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm gonna read it right in 2nd Ezra 11:37 once you get done.
Right, it's still the Most High.
Yep.
Controlling those red bastards, man.
Cause what did it say? The king's heart is in the hand of the Most High.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 11:37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out of the wood, and I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, and said, and the eagle is the Roman Empire, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, Are not thou it the remainest of the 4 beasts, or the 4 empires, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them?
Right.
So
that remainest of the 4 empires, that I made not to reign. And notice how he used the words, I made not to reign in my world. So yeah, he gave you the power to reign. That's why when the Romans were talking all that shit to Yahushua before he was when he was getting ready to get crucified, Yahushua, he just had enough of it for a minute. Like, all right, man, look, I can call down a legion of angels and I can destroy this. I can take this whole world over right now. Then he just left it at that. And guess what? Pontius Pilate feared him, man. Like, what type of man is this? So yeah, and the Lord was telling the truth. He can make that prophecy, he can make that come to pass right now. He's the Son of the Most High. But he said that he's going to follow the will of the Most High. You know? And right now we finally coming to that where Yahushua gets to unleash those legions of angels, man. And
raise us up.
Yep, raise us up along with him.
They got this movie called Chronicles where these guys got spiritual power. Where do you think they got that from, man, that idea? That's what we're finna go into, man.
Mm-hmm. Read it again.
Well, nah, I could hit this last precept.
All right.
Revelations chapter 4, verse 11. Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
Yeah, for thy pleasure. It's like a movie, basically, man. That the Most High made. He made people go off. He made some people wicked. He made people examples in the scriptures. So now the elect in this time has things to go by. He made the flesh on this side of basically a big ass chain of darkness to where it makes it hard for you.
You gotta pay for that kingdom, man.
Yeah, you gonna have to work for it, man.
Yeah.
You want it, you're gonna have to stay in the zone. You're gonna have to be in order. You're gonna have to be a level-headed guy. You're gonna have to be responsible. You can't be like other people, man. You gonna walk around and realize that you are the opposite of this society in every single way. Everybody talking about trying to make it. They trying to get this going for themselves. They got a plan and all this. And you're the only person like, man, to hell with this place.
America's about to be destroyed, right?
Right.
We're the only people that have the ability to put everything into perspective of the America being destroyed. Everybody else, they'll say, yeah, 2012 world coming to an end. But yeah, I'm working on my master's degree.
Right. And then they're not prudent. Yeah, they're idiots, man. They're not prudent at all.
They're a walking contradiction.
Yeah.
The men of the Lord, if you notice something about us, we actually able to think of consequences and things, and we're actually able to basically think logically about things before it happens. And and think of the result of things and know why it's happening. These other buffoons, they just do something that just pops off the top of their head, and wicked or not, they just did it. Didn't say they don't know. It'll be a guy they knew all their life and they'll rob him. It'll be everything. And then you got guys who, you know, you can't be hanging around these dudes, man. Like I said, every brother, like I said, it's gonna still be some guys, some brothers who won't listen, who gonna still continue to be around that environment of niggas, man. Like I said, some brothers gotta learn the hard way in this truth, man. And for some people, the Most High don't give a second chance, alright? The Most High just put your ass out. Don't be around no group of niggas, man. Don't even have yourself associated with niggas. Make your calling of election sure, man. That's at least one thing you can say. I don't hang around niggas. I know that. I'm around the brothers. I'm in the scriptures. So if I get killed, it would be for some other reason. It won't be for that, you know. It won't be for getting influenced by some weed smoking nigga and you inhaling the smoke right along with him, you know. Get out of that environment, man. I know Jake hate to let go. They got that homeboy. Oh yeah, he cool though. He cool though. Fuck that dude, man. Is he in the truth? He ain't cool.
Well,
and he probably plotting on you, man. That's usually how it go. They see that the Lord blessing you. He giving you blessings. He lifting you up above everybody else, even in these hard times. That dude probably plotting on you, man. So keep that in mind. And the Most High will use him to get your ass, man, for not listening. When the scripture said, don't deal with him, man. But yeah, you had something else? Alright, that's pretty much all we had. We about to go teach on the highways. And remember that Most High preordained everything for the greater good. And for all you niggas who don't want America to be destroyed, trust me. If you are Israelite, if you are Negro, Hispanic, Native American, trust me, America is getting destroyed for the greater good, man. The kingdom is coming.
That's right.
Our heart's desire is there, man.
Wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart will be also.
It ain't gonna be no I'm living from check to check. We're not gonna have checks, alright? In the kingdom, we don't have actual gold. There ain't gonna be no let me give you some paper, brother. What? If it's a piece of paper, it better be a letter or something, or a drawing, some art, whatever.
It better be a contract, because you can't carry the amount of gold with you. It better be a certificate.
Right.
Oh yeah, I got 20,000 shekels. I have to just write it off and I have my servant send it to you. But this is the receipt.
Right. It's gonna be something like that with paper, man. It ain't gonna be money, all right? Because everything in the kingdom is gonna be done the right way. But yeah, until next time, GMS Myth Destroyers. All praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders, honors to the brothers. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakathum. Shalom.
Shalom.